This week on Sporting Dog Adventures, we're in western Kansas with Darren Wheeler of Home Run Outfitters. We're on a mule deer whitetail hunt. It's exciting for me because we've done a shed hunt here with the dogs, and we left the dogs and the shotguns at home now, and I finally get a hunt that I get to whisper on.
Sporting Dog Adventures, run boy run. Everything you need is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
Welcome to the Sporting Dog Adventures channel. Please like our video and subscribe so you catch our 3 new videos weekly.
This week on Sporting Dog Adventures, we head to western Kansas for a hunt with Darren Wheeler of Home Run Outfitters. We had spent some time on a turkey hunt with Darren that spring, and I was fortunate enough to draw a mule deer whitetail tag. This is a combo tag that I can use for either species, so we jumped in the truck and we headed to Kansas.
So we're heading to our hunting spot right now. You know it's always good when you go through an old abandoned farm and you get told to get to your stand, turn left after the gate past the old El Camino. It's an old corral that probably hasn't been used in 20 years. The farm's been abandoned for a while and Darren's got her leased. And I remember we were out here turkey hunting. We bumped about 20 deer down the bottom, and it was cool. We were hunting turkeys, and we had like turkeys running between cars and stuff, and it was just a different kind of hunt. It was like urban turkey safari. But we're gonna jump down the bottom now. There's supposed to be a really, really nice whitetail in here, and a big muley that's probably about 170 inch. So it should be cool. I hope you guys enjoy it.
We eased into our spot with our deer and crossbow. I've been able to use a crossbow in any state since I was injured doing police work, but the neat part of this hunt was this part of the state in Kansas had actually been open to all hunters for crossbow use. We found an active scrape right behind our stand, so then a true accident happened when I pulled out my Conquest scent sticks and was being assisted by my cameraman, Steve.
We got a Conquest running buck. Steve's got it on his lips, his lip bone. We're gonna put this on the licking branch. Give it a little bit of action.
Once we had our scent set up, we got into our ground blind and we were in a truly unique situation. This was like a hub. We were in between bedding and feeding, and there were trails everywhere. We had high hopes that toward dark, the deer would start moving through, heading to their feeding areas.
So we're sitting here. It's quiet. We're hunting. And the windmill started to swing behind us because the wind picked up. So I guess we don't have to worry about being too quiet because it sounds like a rattling trap behind us going hunting on an abandoned farm. It's kind of fun.
We sat until dark, and then we slowly backed out to the farmhouse. When we arrived back in camp, there was some celebrating going on as one of the groups that were in for a hunt had connected. Just got back after our first day of hunting. One of the hunters connected here in camp. To introduce yourself, tell us about your hunt.
Rich Shaver from Minnesota. Been here a week. Saw probably close to 60 deer in the week I've been here, and been a great hunt with Home Run Outfitters. It's probably been one of the best deer hunts I've been on.
Yeah, big body.
Yep, big
nice.
body.
Look at the mass on
Yep.
him too. He's got some nice character on his on his tines.
Yep.
You gotta be happy with that.
I am happy. Yeah, after chasing them for 3 days. Yep.
Well, that's good. Well, we are only on day 1, so hopefully we'll get our chance yet. And Home Run Outfitters.
Yeah.
We're in Hill City, Kansas. This training tip is brought to you by Conquest Scent Sticks. For this week's training tip, I'm going to teach you how to put sheds out in a field and get your dog well on to finding sheds in the wild. A key to this is to have varying degrees of cover. I have areas with long grass. I have areas that are heavy brush. I have areas with pines, and I have some areas with hardwoods. I'm very fortunate to have that all here on my property, but if you don't have that all in one area, what you can do is just train in different spots. You want the dog to not associate human scent with finding the sheds. You want them just to associate the deer scent. So use a good wax-based scent that'll stick on the shed. Get it out in the field. Hopefully you get some good weather with a little bit of rain, and then a few days later, take your dogs out for a hunt. I've got my shed field set. We've got some dropped in grass. We've got some dropped in the brush. So I'm gonna take Rommel out. I'm gonna hunt him into the sheds because this is his first real shed hunt. And we're gonna see how he does. So let's get him going. Come on, Rom. Got my orange tape out here. So that's gonna help him. He can't see it, it helps me. And there he found the first one. Good boy, here, come here. Good boy, hold it, here, hold it, sit, sit. Dogs are colorblind, they cannot see orange. That's why when you do a blind retrieve, you use orange bumpers. Here we're using orange tape because the dog can't see it. So we're gonna take him to the next one, just let him hunt along. Hunt it up, buddy. Again, we've got the varying cover. I tried to find different spots that would be areas that you'd find sheds. It does help knowing where they are. Now he's got scent, you can see him get excited. There you go, good boy. Here, hold it, sit. Put that one back and we're gonna head back down to the next station. This one I put in a little bit higher grass, just to a little bit more degree of difficulty. Here. And he's in the ballpark. You can see the orange tape. Here. I always like to call him in, give him the opportunity to find it. Looks like he's got it, and there it is, our last one. Come here, buddy. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Drop. So Rommel did a great job. Found all of our sheds. He had some direction, and now when I take him out next time, I'll just let him quarter like it's an upland hunt and find him on his own. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's training tip. Now let's get back to the hunt and more high-flying adventures.
We're on day 2 of our hunt. Yes, I am putting a duck hunting coat underneath my deer hunting coat because I'm cold. But we saw some really nice bucks driving in right inside the road, not too far away, so it looks like they're moving back to a spot called the Corral.
The moon was full and temps were well below freezing. As we watched the sunrise, we had a good feeling that the animals would be moving. If you have any question about Conquest scent sticks working, look at this deer drooling. He walked upwind to our scent where we had put it on a limb, and now it looks like he's got a tennis shoe in his mouth with the laces hanging out. The morning hunt ended, so we headed back to camp so we could get ready for our evening hunt. We had a new spot that we were setting up on and high expectations.
We're taking a little bit of a gamble. Our guide Darren Wheeler saw a really, really nice whitetail buck that was herding does out to this area. So we've got a little bit of a hill. We set up a blind out here in the middle of the field. We have no cover except for there's a little bit of a hill and some grass. And then we put a decoy out. We put some scent on the decoy, so hopefully we're going to draw this big boy in, get him to turn around, quarter toward the decoy, and that'll give us a perfect shot.
We sat in the blind for about an hour. I took a quick peek back and I could see a really nice whitetail buck staring at our decoy. After about 30 minutes of him standing up and laying down, he went out of sight. We decided at that point that we'd get out and we'd try to put a stalk on him.
I guess it was kind of a Hail Mary to go and try to get him, but we figured he was leaving the way he was walking out. He saw our decoy. He didn't want to come in. We did the snort wheeze, we grunted at him, but we gave it a shot. He just went back in the little wood plot though, so hopefully we'll have a chance he never saw us.
Our evening hunt ended without another encounter. Coming up on Sporting Dog Adventures, we'll get into more fast-trotting whitetail adventures.
And now it's time for this week's Kids Corner.
Sporting Dog Adventures is founded on our dogs in the field, but we also put a huge emphasis on youth in the outdoors. The next part of this hunt takes us to my home state of Wisconsin for our youth deer season. I love deer hunting. It's part of our state heritage, and it's a really fun time to get my kids out and get them introduced to the outdoors.
The buck came in at about 25 to 30 yards. I didn't see him coming. Rick pointed it out and I shot at him. I thought I missed, but we found the blood trail and he ended up here. I like being outdoors. I got my first turkey this year and now I got my first deer.
She was about 40 yards. Clayton put her right on her. She only went 40 yards after he pulled the trigger. So it was a good, clean, ethical kill. You did a great job. That's deer number 5.
Yep.
Your brother showed you up though. His brother got a buck this weekend too. Cole got his buck. We saw a lot of deer. It was a fun hunt. Get your kids outdoors, get them hooked on hunting. It'll be something that you can do with them for a lifetime. That's this week's Kids Corner. Now let's get back to the hunt. Day 3 started off with another small buck sighting. We now decided to take matters into our own hands and try to make something happen. We are getting ready to do a little push. We are going on a little creek bed here. We got another gentleman up about a mile away, and we're gonna walk it through and see if we can move some deer. Missed him. Predator control is important in any conservation model and for any hunting operation. Darren had told us they had a lot of problems with coyotes in the area, and that if we got a chance to take one, that he'd really appreciate it if we could help him out. Our evening hunt put us in a low-lying area with woods and high grass. We did some rattling and grunting when we saw a couple of really nice bucks nearby. They started to move our way, and I was hopeful we were going to get a shot. Like mature bucks do, they take their time. But we were sitting right on the trail that they were heading down. The bucks closed to 60 yards. We were getting ready for a shot. But as luck would have it, a truck came down the road. The deer went on alert, and after that, it was game over. He's running this way. Get ready. Meep. Meep. Well, that's hunting. Some things are out of your control. Coming up on Sporting Dog Adventures, we'll get another chance at a really nice deer.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This segment is brought to you by The Outdoor Hub. There's a new product out on the market that every pickup truck owner needs to own. It's a mobile, strong, secure storage system. These things are great. When I'm out on the road, it keeps my gun safe. I can fit my boots, shooting sticks. On the other side, I've got it sectioned off so that I've got my shells in a spot. We've got calls, we've got our sights, hats. We can fit everything in here, keep ourselves organized, and then at the end of the day, close it up and lock everything tight. The Mobile Strong system is superior because it does not have any wood. You're not going to deal with warping. If you take care of this unit, it's going to last you a lifetime. The unit has an aluminum frame and a composite outer shell for maximum durability. The Mobile Strong Secure Vehicle solution is made in different models. This is a pickup truck model built for a full bed pickup. They also have several different SUV models. The weight on them is light. This is about 150 pounds, so it can be taken in and put back. When you need the use of your truck bed, the SUV models weigh about 80 pounds, and they're nice because you can move them from vehicle to vehicle. This unit is durable, affordable, and made in the USA. If you want a good product for your pickup truck or SUV, you should invest in protection before you lose your investment. Check them out at mobilestrong.net. On day 4, we decided to look for spot and stalk opportunities. We hit the road knowing that this was our last day.
We're going on a spot and stalk. There's a real nice buck laying up under a tree. And we got our game plan. So hopefully we get a shot here.
We had made a great stalk, but the deer was just one step ahead of us, and we couldn't get a good quality shot.
I guess we gotta go find another one. I could see him through a bush. Decided to make the decision and was stand up. And right when I stood up, he spun. If he would have been a little slower. What are you gonna do? We are on like the 11th hour of our hunt. We're actually right down to the last day, and there's a whitetail mule deer cross that has been hanging around their property. Right now it's on public property, so we're gonna actually go stalk him and see if we can get him. He's not huge, but he's kind of a neat looking deer. He's got a mule deer look, but it looks like, from what we could tell, a whitetail rack. So we're gonna sneak up over the hill, and he's right in a little patch of brush, and we'll try to get up on him and get a shot.
We worked our way into range. We waited for the buck to present a good ethical standing shot. When we got it, we took it.
We're waiting for him. I hit him good. We got the arrow. We went to look for the bolt, kind of cool tinted tree that was on the ground. And so it was a pass through. He's obviously not going to be a head mount, but he's got an interesting rack because he has that cross. And I think what I might do to make it even cooler is incorporate my piece of driftwood here with my arrow into his little plaque on the wall. It's a mule tail.
We also get a lot like this guy that we've seen for the last 2 years, and he just, for whatever reason, they don't really mature. They just stay that little tiny rack, and so this is a good one to get out of the gene pool.
To me, it's not about the trophy, it's about the hunting. We saw some really big bucks, so had a lot of fun. Now we got a little meat for the winter. We're ready to head home. Our hunt in Kansas provided us with a lot of ups and downs. We saw some great bucks, but weren't able to connect with any of them. Misfortune in a vehicle driving by took our one opportunity, but overall, it was a fun hunt. We'd like to thank Darren Wheeler and Home Run Outfitters for having us out. Please check out their website at homerunoutfitters.com. Next week on Sporting Dog Adventures, we travel to Louisiana to learn about the conservation issue of our generation. We join the Vanishing Paradise group, where my kids and I learn about the Mississippi River Delta. This is an episode that no one should miss. Closed captioning is brought to you by Hadel's Game Calls. If you're looking for a future champion for the Coucher Field, contact Soggy Acres Retrievers at soggyacres.com. Remember, everyone deserves a soggy dog. Right, buddy? All right, Bubba, talk to us about here. How do we do the skinning now? The first thing we got to do when you're caping them out is what? Take your shirt off?
Yeah, that way you don't get the nasty all over you.
Uh-huh. We can bleep that. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, what about that dance you were doing before? Is that like a
wiggle?
There you go. That's like your skinning dance, or?
That's my happy dance.
Nice. It's good to be happy.